I know there was a lot of talk. Your dad got drafted by the Packers. You get drafted by the Packers. But walking in here, what was that like?
It was surreal. It was amazing. Obviously, this is an outstanding opportunity for me. This is what I've dreamed of doing, all my life. So finally, getting able to come out here and do it and get away from all the pre-draft stuff, and just get in the books and start working. I'm really excited.
Now, I know that Green Bay isn't as spectacular. We don't really have a skyline or anything. So did it hit you when you finally walked through those doors at Lambeau that, wow, this is it? Or did it happen when you touched down?
I definitely say. It kind of hit me a few times. It definitely hit me. The day after the draft, just kind of realizing that, it's finally here. And then, when I landed here, getting fans coming up, to me in the airport and everything. And then definitely when I stepped through the doors, obviously seeing all the other guys, seeing all the coaches. But yeah, like I said, I'm excited to, get here and start working.
Was there anything that your dad told you going into this?
Oh shoot! He really just told me to go out here, be myself, and enjoy the ride. He knows as long as I do what I've been doing in the past and continue to grow and build, that I'm going to do great things. So, yeah.
So you've already had fans tracking you down?
Yes, I have.
What was that like? What did they say?
There's one autographs, one pictures. It's been hectic ever since the draft. I can already feel how strong and active Green Bay's fan base is, which is amazing. Couldn't be happier to be with such a celebrated team. But yeah, no, it's been crazy, but I enjoy it.
What are you most excited about being a part of this receiver room?
I'm excited to learn and grow. There's a lot of guys who have been, doing it for a long time, and that, have a lot of knowledge to pass down. And obviously, Aaron at QB at the helm, there's a lot to learn from everybody in the offense. So, I'm really just excited to learn and grow and, see how much of a step I can take at this next level, learning from those guys.
Christian, the learning, I'm sure, has already started. You've been in the playbook, you've worked at it. So, early impressions, how confident are you that you can make an impact this year like everybody desperately wants around this organization?
I'm really confident in myself, and I think that that confidence will only grow as I continue to do stuff. But as of right now, I've not looking at that far ahead. I'm just looking at one day at a time. I can only do so much so quick, but I'm trying to do as much as I can, as quick as I can. But I know it's going to take a lot of work to get to that point. So I'm just taking it one day at a time.
Have you had a conversation with Aaron yet?
How
did it go? What did he say?
It went well. He just congratulated me. Wanted to make sure that I knew that he was looking out, and that when he stepped in the building, it was time to work.
When you're preparing to play with a certain quarterback arm behind you, do you watch film of Aaron? Do you break down what to expect, or do you just wait to get on the practice field?
I don't think I had to watch too much film to know what Aaron is capable of. He's someone who's been dominating the league for a long time, and I've seen a lot of him. So obviously I will go forward and watch film, but I've seen a lot of what he's able to do, and I think it's just me putting work into myself in order to play at the level that I know he wants his guys to play at.
What's he able to do in your eyes as a guy entering this league? What do you see?
I see someone who's gonna you're open every single play regardless of who's on you. Aaron's able to put it anywhere, and regardless of what you're doing, you're gonna be open. You just gotta go out there and make a play when he puts his trust in you.
With the Packers wide receiver room situation like it is, could you have asked for a better place to come and potentially have that immediate impact?
No, I definitely couldn't have asked for a better place, and regardless of the immediate impact thing, like I was saying earlier, just having those guys to lean on. Those guys are already leaning on us younger guys. We're already leaning on those older guys. They've helped us already with just the day one and day two install. And I know they're willing to help us going forward, regardless of who's the, wide receiver 1, 2, and 3. I know that everyone in the room is leaning on each other, and we're going to continue to, grow and learn from each other.
Historically, every one of these great receivers that have been here, including guys like Davante Adams, it's taken them a little while. There's been growing pains. You think about that and what you're going to have to do to stay strong mentally to keep yourself from pushing through those scenarios?
I think that's part of everyone's game. Some people just get thrown into the fire a little earlier than others. But like I said, I'm just taking it one day at a time. Obviously, I'm trying to grow and I'm trying to learn as much as I can as soon as possible. I know the other guys are doing the same thing. So obviously the opportunities will come when they come. But for now, I mean, I'm just focused on, you know, trying to, you know, better myself, you know, day in and day out.
That being said, when all of the pre-draft talk has been about the Packers needing a receiver, and then you're clearly their first receiver that they wanted, even willing possibly to go into the first, is that intimidating? Is it motivating at all to know that you're the guy they're planning on coming in and saving this unit, so to speak?
I definitely wouldn't say it's intimidating. You know, I'd say it's more so you know, a personal challenge for me. You know, I heard it today from Coach. You know, that nothing's given, everything is earned. So you know, regardless of if I was, you know, drafted, you know, number 1 overall or 7th round, you know, I'm gonna have to earn you know, the spot that I want, you know, day in and day out. So I mean, it's definitely a challenge for me, just you know, knowing that, you know, what I'm capable of, and you know, knowing what I want to achieve. And obviously, you know, I know they have a lot of confidence in me. So just going out there and just, you know, trying to earn that, you know, regardless of how long it takes, but, you know, earning every single opportunity that I get going forward.
Christian, how did you approach going into the Senior Bowl where you knew you were going to be playing against, you know, some of the country's best? And is there some sort of like carryover here where, you know, now you're here and there's a similar approach you can take?
I mean, I think I just went into the Senior Bowl with the confidence that, you know, I was a dude regardless of, you know, who I was lined up against. You know, I feel like that's something that a lot of guys have at NDSU, you know, regardless of, you know, who we're playing. You know, we're preparing to be the best, you know, regardless of what level we're playing at. So I took that confidence into the Senior Bowl and really just, you know, played every single snap. Like, you know, I didn't care who was in front of me. I'm going to win, you know, every single rep just because I know I'm capable of winning. You know, and I'm keeping that same confidence, you know, at this level as well. You know, I think I'm here for a reason. I'm you know, in the position that I'm in right now, you know, because of all the stuff that I've done in the past. And, you know, I know that I can only, you know, continue to go forward and grow more. So, you know, I'm bringing that same confidence to here, and I'm, you know, going to expand that role.
With the amount of guys that have had success in the league coming from NDSU, I mean, how much is that a culture there? Obviously, the championship culture comes first, but how much is it a culture of practicing like a pro?
I mean, that's the biggest part of it, honestly. You know, the thing is it's 365 days a year. It's not just, you know, the Wednesday, Thursday, you know, before the game or just game day. You know, it takes, you know, winter camp, spring ball, summer conditioning, fall camp. It takes all of that, and, you know, playing at a championship level, you know, during all of those things to be as successful as we were. And I think that's definitely something that, you know, helps us, you know, send a lot of guys to the next level because we practice and we prepare ourselves differently than you know, anyone else in the nation.
Christian, what's the story behind the jersey number? It looked like you were going to wear 82 for like 12 hours or something.
Yeah, no, that was just kind of the jersey number that got thrown at me right away. I was just, you know, in the moment, I was excited on draft night, so I was like, yeah, let's go. And then I kind of, you know, thought about it, and I was like, all right, do you have any other options? And so I asked, you know, what the options were, and I just decided on 9.
Didn't feel any peer pressure from social media or anything?
Yeah, no peer pressure. Once I kind of, you know, calmed down and got in the moment a little bit, I kind of, you know, sit back and was like, all right, do I have any options? And if so, you know, what would I like? And, you know, I settled with 9. You know, I talked to people, obviously, but at the end of the day, you know, I'm the one wearing the number. It's not really about the number, but, you know, 9 was the one I went with.
Why do you hate 82 so bad?
I do not hate 82. I don't have a problem with any of the numbers. I just like one more than the other.
What similarities do you see between Green Bay and SDSU? In Fargo, I mean, small northern towns where football is really kind of the identity of the town.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's the culture and, you know, the standard within the organization to win championships and to be successful. And obviously, you know, the small town aspect as well. I mean, it's just all about NDSU and Fargo, and it's all about the Packers in Green Bay. So I mean, I'm excited to be around this culture and stay within a winning culture, and hopefully, you know, be able to contribute to those wins.
Do you think that gives you an advantage in any kind of way because you're kind of walking into the NFL's version of what you're coming from?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that, you know, NDSU preparing me up until this point would be an advantage, you know, regardless of where I was at. You know, I think when you have a competitor at this level who wins so much, you know, I believe, you know, myself that, you know, I want to win regardless of, you know, what it takes. There's a lot of guys who, you know, are okay with losing, and that's never me. You know, I'm truly a competitor in every aspect of my life, and having won so much, it's only prepared me to only seek, you know, winning here on out.
What's on your to-do list this weekend? What do you want to show here?
My to-do list this week is just to learn as much as I can, soak in as much as I can, and, and you know, when I get the opportunity, just go out there and play as fast as possible, and just be myself. But I mean, my main focus, you know, throughout these you know, next couple of days and definitely these next couple of weeks is just to soak in as much knowledge as possible and just learn as much as I can.
Tom here asked you about the Senior Bowl. You haven't played football since then. How eager are you to get out there and do football stuff after doing 40-yard dashes for the last few months?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm extremely excited. I definitely feel like I plateaued a little bit, you know, in my excitement, you know, during the pre-draft process. You know, I really was, you just wanted to play football. You know, you're just sitting and doing meetings and interviews. I mean, there's only so much, you know, of that, you know, that a football player would want to do. You know, a football player wants to play football. So I'm definitely, you know, excited to be here now and get out and get to go out there and put on the helmet and catch some footballs.
Coach Paul talked about your passion for blocking. Where do you need to grow in that area of your game, and then how excited are you to block for Jones and Dillon?
I'm extremely excited. I mean, like I said before, I'm just trying to make, you know, as big as an impact as I can, and if that impact is in the run game, then, you know, I'm just excited to do that. So I mean, I think it's an area that I can definitely grow in, but I think the willingness in myself is definitely there to you know, go out there and put my body on the line for my teammates and you know, make those blocks. So I'm definitely excited.
All those receivers drafted before you, do you use that as a chip, or do you not pay attention to that kind of stuff?
I mean, I try not to look into it too much. I mean, I tell myself all the time, you know, all I need is one opportunity. I had one opportunity, you know, going to college, and you know, obviously, you know, it wasn't up to me, but you know, I had this opportunity now. So you know, all I needed was the opportunity, and now that I've got it, you know, I'm not worried about what anybody else is doing or any other team or person on a different team is doing. I'm just worried about where I'm at right now and the team I'm with right now.
Two more for Christian.
Did your dad have any photos from his time here in your family albums or anything like that? Did you ever see anything from him?
Yeah, no, I have. I've seen some photos.
Yeah.
So,
did anything catch your eye about it, or is there anything he told you about it?
I mean, you know, I mean, he wasn't here long. So I mean, there's nothing really that, you know, catch my eye too much. But I mean, just the connection, you know, between him, you know, being, you know, drafted here and me being drafted here as well is definitely, you know, a special connection.
People say you were a late bloomer. Was there like one big growth spurt, something, or was it over a period of time?
Yeah, no, I mean, it was one big growth spurt. You know, I grew 4 inches and put on 20 pounds in the matter of like 4 or 5 months at the end of my junior season. So I definitely shot up out of nowhere, and that's kind of when my recruiting process started.